Hello and welcome. Getting old. And what that means spiritually and personally is, for most of us, an essential and unavoidable part of life. And yet, we sort of marginalise it, don't we? We talk of, or used to talk of, things like Darby and Joan clubs. A lot of churches, particularly in the Free Church tradition, had a Silver Threads group, a line taken from an old song, the first line of which is, "Darling, I am growing old, silver threads among the gold." I think there's a few cosmetic products we could possibly recommend at that juncture rather than move to lament immediately. The poem today is about that process. It's by G.K. Chesterton, the well-known author and theologian and poet. It's how we see God at different stages of our lives that the poem examines. The first thing to say, of course, is age has absolutely nothing to do with wisdom, nor, praise God, spiritual wisdom. Here's a lovely passage from the book of Job. Now Elihu had wanted to speak to Job because they, that's Job's comforters, were older than he. But when Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouths of these three men, he became angry. Elihu, son of Barachel, the Buzite, answered, "I am young in years, and you are aged. Therefore I was timid and afraid to declare my opinion to you. I said, let days speak, and many years teach wisdom. But truly it is the Spirit in a mortal, the breath of the Almighty, that makes for understanding. It is not the old that are wise, nor the aged that understand what is right. Therefore I say, listen to me. Let me also declare my opinion. It is not the old that are wise, nor the aged that understand what is right. The breath of the Almighty that makes for understanding." Perhaps in youth we have an image of God that is very triumphant, an image of God that speaks of the victory of Christ, of Christ's power to save, to resurrect, and to rule. And that's a very fair image of God, because all those things are true, praise God, of Christ. The theologians call this idea Christus Victor, the victorious Christ, and Christ is victorious over death and sin. And sometimes we can adopt this mindset. We can feel that we are in charge of things. We don't need God. We are autonomous people and not built for dependency. There's a poem which used to be incredibly fashionable. It's called Invictus, which no doubt where the Invictus Games came from, unconquered by the Victorian imperialist and poet Henley. And it contains, as you'll see on the slide in a moment, some pretty chilling and ungodly, if you like, thoughts. Because although we have choice, we're not the captains of our souls. God is ultimately the one who knows, and the one who knows our souls and our thoughts and our loves and our disappointments right to the heart. And that's deeply good, and that's a lot better than the alternative. And then suddenly, and it can come at different stages in life. We hit the buffers. Things don't make sense. Things get completely disoriented. What are we doing? Where are we? Where am I going? It's a stage again that all of us reach and is bewildering. And yet, Chesterton argues, in the heart of being human, in the heart of the small things, of the richest of human encounters, we can understand that God has been and will be there all along, and can be encountered in others, in the simple touch of fellowship and a smile. The million faces of God. And in the words of another poet, we shall realize, by God's grace, that there has been glory, glory everywhere. Here's the poem, Gold Leaves by G.K. Chesterton. Lo, I am come to autumn when all the leaves are gold. Grey hairs and golden leaves cry out. The year and I are old. In youth I sought the prince of men, captain in cosmic wars, our Titan. Even the weeds would show defiant to the stars. But now a great thing in the street seems any human nod, where shift in strange democracy the million masks of God. In youth I sought the golden flower hidden in wood or wold, but I am come to autumn, when all the leaves are gold.